And then the last thing he points out is the scornful. That's being disrespectful, exhibiting lack of respect, rude and discourteous. As a believer, you should not be disrespectful. Being rude is the last thing that should be in your life. Some of the worst people to go out to dinner with is Christians because they could be so rude to waiters and waitresses. They don't even cook, but they'll go off on waiters and waitresses. And I'm like, I can't go out with you no more. I can't do it. I can't. You can't even cook a good pot of grits, but you going off on them about this, that, and just it's okay, man. It's okay. And then you got the nerve to write on the receipt, Jesus loves you, instead of giving them a real tip. You giving them a track instead. No, they need a tip. They don't need a track. They need a tip. You inviting them to church. No, they looking at how you living. They don't want church because you're standing in the way of sinners. I've done, especially like me, if you like me, if you've worked, if you worked in a fast food restaurant, you know how to have sympathy and empathy for people. When these people they do hundreds of orders a day, and they're dealing with all kind of crazy stuff. They're dealing with foolishness, and then you got the nerve to see people coming up in there. It ain't enough salt on these fries. Like, what? You know they got salt packets. Just put the salt on yourself. See, when you done worked and you done been through some things, you can have empathy for people and you can have sympathy for people, and you can say, child, it's all right. I know you didn't mean to put the onions on here. I take them off myself. I know you meant to put cheese on here and you didn't put cheese on here, but I know what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a crazy manager, because y'all know fast food restaurant managers are kind of crazy. I mean, they're strange people. You're dealing with somebody that done called in to work. You're dealing with some crazy folk. The thing ain't cooking right. It's not frying the burgers right, and all of this stuff you're dealing with. You got 11 people in the drive-thru you're dealing with. You got all of this stuff, so I know, baby, it's okay. It's fine. I'm not going to go off on you. It's okay, baby. See, you got to learn how to have empathy and sympathy for folk if you're going to be a good Christian. And we ain't learned how to do that. That's right. We don't know how to do it. And a lot of it comes from this generation, and not just this generation, but even past generations. They haven't worked in environments and walked in the footsteps of other people to know what they're going through and know what they're dealing with. So they don't know how to have empathy for people that's dealing with some stuff. They don't know. You should not be a Christian and be rude.